first, I want to congratulate you with the release of Live Totality. I understood that the track was performed during the solar eclipse earlier this year.
That is correct. Yes. Live during the eclipse. We started maybe 5 minutes before it and played all through it and after as well.
Amazing. How did you come to do that with the ID and such?
A friend of ours recently acquired some lakefront property on Lake Erie here in the Cleveland area. It's actually in Lorain, Ohio, which where the eclipse was going to be, I think, almost 100% totality. So he suggested or asked us if we would like to just place a live set. And we agreed to do it. And then we thought, well, why don't we just write some music to go along with it instead of just playing some of our normal songs. So it was a few months before that when he approached us about it. So we had a couple months put something together, and we were very surprised at how it came out. It came out probably 100 times better than any of us could have imagined, especially with the weather here in Cleveland, because that alone will screw up your day.
Well, yeah, I saw the video of it and it looked like really nice day actually.
Yes, yes, it was a beautiful day. Couldn't have asked for better circumstances.
Very nice. Um, if you know you have this plan to perform there, how do you go by composing something for that specifically?
Uh, actually, we found an app on the phone that second by second it relayed how the eclipse was going to be to right down to the seconds that it would be totality, and so we kind of just went off of that. We I mean we're always writing. We always have tons of ideas musically, so we just had to fit it in a certain time frame. And we knew after we demoed the song a couple times, so we knew how long it was going to be generally. So we knew what time to start to where it would eclipse at the right moment, so to speak. And it was pretty close, and we were very surprised once again that it came off like it did.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing idea to do that. Let's look a little bit at the other songs that are on the EP because you eventually proceeded to record it in the studio, I guess. If you look at the next song, "Divine Rain," it brings such a different vibe to me. Can you tell me a little bit about that one?
Well, like the other songs were in the process of being written while actually we took a break and focused on the live totality song. Took a break from writing other stuff, but we were in the midst of writing that material, so it was definitely being created in the same time frame. So um so it wasn't that far of a stretch that literally after we did the eclipse, we finished up those songs, tightened them up, and then went into the studio. As far as the first other song, it's lyrically, it's just a mostly a anti-religion, which a lot of our stuff is, um, and like to leave it up to the listener to they could take it from there, you know.
All right, that's nice. You have the Terra Vista in there. That's quite short, I think. How do you see that song? A bit more like a bridge or something?
That was a piece of music that we had. Um, like I said, tons we have tons of ideas that are just laying around, and we came across it and listened to it, and it wasn't completed at that point. It was just a guitar line and some other some other sounds, and we decided that that would, yeah, pretty much kind of like a bridge. It would tie those two together and still have a nice, somewhat ominous atmosphere. There, my partner's leaving for work. So yeah, it was so we didn't even go into the studio with that. We just recorded that ourselves. In fact, I think the guitar was already recorded. We just added some atmosphere to it.
Okay. The last one, Dogma, it felt to me a bit like with a sort of roller coaster energy. It goes up and down in tempo and excitement, so to say. What can you tell me about this track?
Uh, do you want once again? It was we were that one I think was already finished before we started the Life Totality track, and lyrically, it's about an ancient Persia. They would dispose of the the dead bodies in like a village. It was called a Tower of Silence, where they would just build usually a circular structure outside, and they would leave the dead to lay there, and basically just they didn't want to contaminate the village, so they just put them there and let nature take its course for the most part. You know, whether it be birds, animals, the sun, the heat. That's the way they would dispose the bodies, and it wouldn't, so to speak, contaminate anything in their village. So that's the basic basis of that song lyrically.
Okay. If you look at the release that you've just done and you look a little bit more towards the ones you did before, where do you think your fans will be most surprised if they listen to this release?
Well, yeah, we have a 14-minute instrumental doom song probably. Yeah. But also, if anyone who's followed us throughout our releases know that we can be somewhat unpredictable because we like to pull from lots of inspiration. So if you've been listening to us for a while, I don't know that anything will be that much of a surprise, to be honest.
Okay. Are you planning to bring this on the road soon?
Uh, we we will we will be playing the 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 side B songs live. The actual live totality, we discussed that I think we should leave that as it is, as a documentation in history, and not try to pound it into people's brains. Like it should be special, and it should stay special. And if we go play it in some dirty ass club in a basement, it's not going to be as special.
Yeah, makes sense. I can imagine that you want to keep that as a special memory, and it's always there on the YouTube to look at, I guess.
Exactly, exactly.
How do you look at the at making of videos for your music? I think this is a very nice way to document this. And if you look more towards other tracks, how do you see that?
Yeah, we've done videos in the past in many different ways. We've done it the traditional, go into a warehouse and have people film, and more like a standard video. Then we've also done video ourselves, which we know nothing about editing video, but we would go and find videos in public domain that we could use and piece it all together. We did that once, and then and we also did a live video in the past. And this obviously was doing it live was the only way to do it. So we had a friend of ours, Ed Batts, um, who's from the Cleveland area. He does lots of uh, video and lots of mostly photography. He came out. He had about, I say, 5 static cameras filming, and then he moved around. He had a camera that he moved around, and there were a couple drones that people just showed up and had drones. In fact, most most of that drone footage was from someone's son who was a teenager who just came out and was just bored flying his drone around while we were playing. He never heard of us, was not a fan. I don't even know if he's a fan now, to be honest. But we tracked him down and got the footage from him. So it was an extremely DIY method of us. I mean, right down as you could tell that our drums and backline are on a trailer. So it's, you know, it was very DIY. So, and that's how we approach most everything is like that. So, and the whole process, even though we're not experienced in that realm of things, it's interesting to go through that process and be creative on that end of things as well.
Yeah, I think it shows a bit of a raw edge to it, and that's kind of suits with the kind of music you make, I guess.
Sure, sure.
All right. What else is coming up next for you after this release?
We just have some shows coming up. We just confirmed a show. We'll be playing with Pelican coming up in January. We have another show in Cleveland with some local bands, Nuclei and Punching Moses. That is in early January, January 4th. And then we just continue to write songs and just keep moving forward and being creative. Um, we'd like to get out and do some touring. No one's ever really invited us or asked us, and it's kind of hard these days to just get out there and say, "Hey, can you put us on this tour?" Because it doesn't work like that anymore. So the music industry changes so much, such little time. So we're just going to continue to write our music and play when we can. And if we get tours, then hell yeah, we'll jump in the van and go.
Yeah, that's cool. I hope I get the opportunity to see it live because I get really if I'm looking at the video and listen to the music that you're a band that you want to experience live specifically to view it rather than just listening on a record to get the
Yes.
full experience, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're definitely 100% a live band. So that's what all four of us, that's what we love. I mean, we love the creativity part of it as well, of creating things, but to play it live, have it come to fruition and play it live and the energy involved, that's where it's all at for us for sure.
Yeah, I think so. All right, I've one last question that I ask on this series. We have a Christmas series, so do you have a Christmas wish, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, a wisdom that you want to share with the world?
Yeah, I don't bother with Christmas. In
Yeah.
fact, we're not, well, normally a tree would go up. I don't, that usually happens when I'm at work or something.
Mhm.
We recently adopted a kitten. Well, he's about 12, about 10 months old now. And I'm not so sure it'd be wise to put a tree up with him because he's very rambunctious. In fact, I'm watching him getting into some things right now. Um, but yeah, as far as Christmas, that whole thing, I'm like, do what you want, man. You know, celebrate how you want. Doesn't have to be a religious thing. It's all about, mostly it's about family coming together and being a family. So I say, go for it. Whatever you're into, do it, man.
Yeah, sounds great. I think. Thank you very much for your time.
Sure. Thank you.
Was nice to meet you and listen to what you have to say about this release. I think it's amazing that you were able to do something special with that. Just the eclipse. I think that's really
Yeah.
nice. So
Thank you for checking it out.
Yeah, I hope some more people get to learn a little bit about you.
Right on. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you, and good evening or afternoon for you.
Good evening to you.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.